This week is hectic. There's a wedding in the family, work is busy, and honestly, it would be easy to just postpone things. I'm a small business owner. Who knows what's happening in my life? But instead, I'm doing the exact opposite. In this episode of Emogical Vlog, I'm publicly committing to launching two new podcast series this week. I'll share what matters, what done looks like, and how I'm approaching this with absolute imperfect clarity. This is about accountability, and once you say it out loud, there is no backing out. If you're new here, hi, I'm Manish Ahuja. I'm a business growth consultant and a coach. I help businesses grow steadily, systematically, and at scale by aligning marketing and sales for profitable growth. And Emogical Log is a series where I'm actually documenting my entire journey to show you behind the scenes of building a business from scratch, which means doing a lot of boring work all by yourself, learning a lot of new skills, making mistakes, learning from those mistakes, realigning, and always keep working because you absolutely love the journey. So as I was saying, I'm in middle of a rather hectic week. My cousin gets married on the weekend, but work goes on. So planning to do something that is really important this week was probably a stupid idea, but then what needs to be done needs to be done. This project matters a lot to me because these two series are very important for me. They will help me build my community, grow me, as in help me grow in the space where I can speak my mind, connect with my audience, and a much larger crowd, to be honest with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be starting two new podcasts this week. You'll obviously get to know about it once they are live. But what am I supposed to do is I need to figure out the structure, the idea of the first episode, jotting down more details about that episode, what I'm going to speak in that episode, shooting the episode, uploading the thumbnails, creating the workbook. When I actually sit to think about it, and if I was to make a checklist, I would be scared. But then I want to challenge myself because I've understood this. Every time I challenge myself in sports, the work just gets done and I feel so good and exhausted. I feel really good and exhausted at the end of it. But then I also enjoy this journey a lot. What the clear definition of what done looks like this week is those episodes going live on Mr. Emogical and Lassigo Merm YouTube channel and obviously Spotify and other podcast platforms on 6th of Feb, 6 p.m. IST, no looking back. So these are my constraints. I have to make sure that in the next 3 days I figure out all the things. Obviously, I have some idea. I'm not walking into the dark. I know the name of the podcast series. I know what is going to be the language and the tonality of these episodes. They are pretty similar, which is why I'm launching both of them together on the same day. I just have an idea, but a lot of work that needs to be done, and we'll see how things unfold. If you're not following me on Instagram, I would recommend you to do that. If I see a few more people following me in the next 2 3 days, I will be more motivated to share behind the scenes journey and tell you what exactly is happening. And yeah, let me tell you about what problem does this actually solve. It gives me two more ways to connect with my audience, helps me share my thought process beyond my existing podcasts, which are a lot more structured, which are a lot more systematic. These two properties which I've been thinking about, they're going to be more conversational, a little more on the side of this conversation that I'm having with you, where I've just jotted down my points on a Google Doc and I'm reading it out. I'm using that as a reference, but I'm not following a script per se. This helps me by getting a new platform to express my thoughts and actually grow the Emojical squad as a community. What skills will I need, or what will be the benefits that I will accumulate by doing two more podcasts every week? Is going to be I'll get better at talking to the camera, which is one of the biggest strengths or the advantages that you can have in today's times. A lot more clarity of thought, a lot more script writing prowess, a lot more discipline, because also this will have to be put into the system. And once I start, I don't back out. I just make it better. I keep fine tuning the process. The most powerful project for me to connect with my audience is an extension of this platform, these podcasts which I'm creating. Why? Because these podcasts are going to be absolutely without any fluff. You will witness a more no nonsense version of me in these podcasts. The high level plan for the week is to create a structure, script the first episode, shoot it, create the podcast properties on YouTube, Spotify for creators, upload, work on the episode description. As I told you, the checklist just gets me overwhelmed. But let me know what are your thoughts on this. Do you think there is room for more podcasts, or do you come from a place where you feel that podcast as a entire property is saturated? I am amused every time I tell people I'm a podcaster and they say, oh, so who do you interview? Interviewing is just one form of podcasting, my friends. You A talking head podcast where you actually share your thoughts, where you actually talk to your audience, share your ideas, is also a legitimate and a very powerful way to connect with your audience. Do not take it lightly. Let me know if you have any questions about the process. Stay connected with me. Make sure that you ask me questions, because the more questions you ask me, the more ideas I get with regards to how do I structure my future episodes. I'm just about starting to get comfortable with the emojical vlog as a series. Let me know what are your plans for the week. Of Do you have any schedules, or do you have any benchmarks or targets that you've set for yourself? And just in case if you want to understand how I make all of this work, and if you would like to get to know more about the kind of work that I do, make sure that you register for the brand marketing masterclass. It's a masterclass which will go on for 90 to 120 minutes. I'm going to restart it very soon, where I'll talk to you about how do you build your entire business through positioning it correctly, through building a funnel for the same, and most importantly, how do you actually build a brand that gets more and more people to buy from you, rather than you having to sell to people and get completely uncomfortable about it. It's an In this masterclass, I talk to you about a lot of examples. I share a lot of more roadmaps, the way I always work in my content, if you've been following me for a while now. So if you have any questions, please feel to drop them in the episode description, or the show notes, or the comments below. And if you want to register, you can scan the QR code that you see on your screen right now, or you'll also find the link in the show notes or the episode description, where you can easily just click on the link and register. Let me know what are your thoughts. Let me know what do you think of this madness that I'm committing to. Starting two more podcasts, and in a week where I hardly have the time to breathe. Let me give you some perspective. Today I'm shooting this on Tuesday, February 3rd. February 4th, I have two very strong commitments which I cannot say no to, which will end up eating more than half of my day. 5th, I have to go and attend an event. 6th, 7th is the wedding. How am I going to do this? I have no idea, but we'll figure out. Thank you for staying back till the end of the episode. I'll see you soon on Thursday, give you some updates, tell you how things are working. Don't ask me how am I going to do that. I'm just going to send me luck, send me a lot of good wishes. I'll definitely need them. See you soon. Take care. Keep going, keep growing.